hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.
Do you have audio now? No, I am repeating myself somehow. Do you give me a moment? Why am I having audio on? Try again. Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry. We should have audio now. We should have audio now. Yes, yes. But I could hear myself, so it was the wrong microphone. So hopefully this one is more clear. Apparently, it decided to not have any audio output because it claimed that my unit was not present. Anyhow, I hope that you have audio now. Please let me know if you do not, but we should be back with audio. Yay! It sounds like we indeed have audio. So, good morning, Hilla. Good morning, Miss Frosty. It is indeed a beautiful day. Actually, it's a bit of a too beautiful day. Um, I enjoyed a vacation. I went to Denmark on vacation to see my family. I brought my partner with me. I even brought my in-laws with me. It was a nice vacation. It was sunny. Not too hot, warm enough though, but not too hot. Like I don't know, 20-ish, 23-ish degrees Celsius. So that's like what, 70, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Um, Nice and sunny, quite okay. And then we got home Sunday evening, and it was reasonably warm. Monday was just like heat wave warm. We hit a stunning like 34, 35 degrees. And yesterday was also like hot, warm, and humid, a bit less. And then we finally had rain last night, which kind of cooled it off a little, but not enough for me to enjoy it, so to say. Today is gonna be a bit more mild for us here. Let's see if I can actually get the Nightbot to command my weather. But it is better today. It is Wednesday morning, and now it is 8:37 Central European Time here for me. Um, and right now it's actually pretty okay. I have the doors open because I need to get some colder air into my room because we have no air conditioning here. Because honestly, only maybe once a week, once a year, I could really use one. What I did do is I actually did end up order a fan because I do feel that that's gonna be nice for when it happens again. It might not happen this year, but we will see. As always, we do have my morning tea. This week it is Pickwick. This Pickwick is the um, lemon tea. So it's just a classic black tea with a lemon flavor. We do have our little notes in Dutch on the Pickwicks that we usually tend to, they have questions. And today's question is in Dutch, wie zou je graag een knuffel willen geven? Which translates into English, who would you like to give a hug? And I think we've had this one before. So now I just had the pleasure to give both my parents a nice hug last week, actually a couple. Um, but I would still like to hug my whole family, but I would also like to give a hug to everybody popping in and watching this stream or rewatching the live. So a hug to everybody in the young community. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. As always, I do in these morning lives tend to do 2 rows on my Firefly sweater. We talk a little bit about bits and bobs. We check on what you guys are doing, if you're working on anything nice, and have a chit chat, general chit chat. So this is where we ended last time. I still have, oh, how many rows do I have to go? I think it's like 6, maybe 8. Let me count for a minute. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And I need 15. So I need another 6 rows, which I'm not going to do here, but that is another 3 weeks of morning to lives. We might be done in the end of August with this and be ready to start on the sleeves. Except that there's not much to say actually. I did really enjoy my vacation. It was quite wonderful, of course, always when you get home from vacation. I don't know if it's only me, but I feel I need a vacation to get on top of the vacation. Yesterday at work, I had to complete a training. Um, so I'm allowed to do my work for the next year, which is kind of ridiculous because I only have like 6 weeks left. Yeah, I had to do a training, mandatory training, but I only have 6 weeks left. So the real question was, wasn't that a bit of waste of time? I spent a whole working day doing that. It was nice getting back from work, just having to do some study and then an exam. But honestly, it feels a bit like a waste. I guess I can say that I am licensed to support Sonos products for another year. That's pretty much it. But yeah, that's not gonna happen. In 6 weeks' time, I will have my freedom from my current job, and I will have to find out what's next. And honestly, I really 100% don't know yet. I do have a few ideas. A part of me also just wants to have a break, honestly, just, like enjoy a couple of months, breathing, being myself, catch up on a bunch of things. Not working allows me to have to, like, point one, I will get my table back. My workstation is taking up 25% of my living room table, just because that is where it seems easiest and best to work. I will get that back. That's gonna be really nice. Um, I will also have more time to complete tasks that I really want to do. Like, I have a pantry um, where I have a bunch of foods and other sorts of articles in. I really need to get that pantry sorted. And for that, it's really easy if I just have my whole table available as well. And honestly, I have time to do that when I don't need to work 24/7. So I am kind of looking forward to getting a few things sorted. We did sort my stash. In fact, the last edition of Sort My Stash 2024 is going to come on Monday. And then we have to find out something else for my Monday videos. I am looking into flipping some of my tutorials, which I'm probably going to post on the Mondays too, so that they are friendly for left-handed viewers, because I do know there are lefties out there and they just simply don't have as many tutorials accessible to them. Sorry. And not everyone are as good as swapping or flipping um, in their mind. So it's easier if they actually see it physically how it looks. That is a part I might want to do. And I do have a bunch of other ideas in my mind. But many I might just plainly postpone recording until I don't have to say hello to my boss every morning. So there are plans. There are plans. I might even do more lives at a more attractive time. So that would be like my afternoon, um, because then that will be morning in the Americas. That would be great for some people, unless you, of course, have a regular work day. But yeah. So what are you working on right now if you are? And I am working on my firefly sweater, as mentioned. It is just a bunch of double crochets. These morning tea lives, I do 2 rows. I'm working with these yarns, holding them together, which creates this absolutely gorgeous fabric. It is the soft sensation from Lamb Yarns, which is awesome. The soft sensation from Lamb Yarns is 24 or 26% polyamide, and the rest is acrylic. So it is actually, even though it might seem as a mohair yarn or a kit silk, because it does have a halo, It is a 100% synthetical fiber, so if you do have any allergies for animal fibers, you have no issues if you want to use this and if you want to give your project a bit of a fuss. So I think it's a nice yarn, especially for those having allergies, to hold together. But yeah, so what are you working on right now? If you're working on anything, are you a night raven, or are you up early morning, or it could also be afternoon? I know our Aussie sits afternoon down there, or almost evening. And Haley tells me that she is working on a pair of socks that she started on when she was on vacation last week. That is awesome. Yeah, socks. Actually, I should have brought that with me down here, but maybe I'll just have a chit chat about that on Friday's Yarn Talk video, because I got socks from my mom. She knitted me some socks. And I got those when I saw her on the vacation. And she also had a surprise for me, which was a pair of like hand warmers, all knitted. Because that was a leftover, so there was just not enough yarn to make an extra pair of socks. But she also didn't want to make nothing, so she actually made me a pair of uh, I wouldn't say compression, but they are like hand gloves, but no fingers. So they just go to like here. I really have to show them. So I'll have to do that Saturday, not Saturday, Friday on my yarn talk, because obviously we are here right now and we are doing something else. I did reach to crochet on vacation. I brought a few projects. It was actually that bad that my mom-in-law, she was like, "Oh my God, how are you going to work on so many projects?" And I know many people enjoy just working on one project at a time. I am personally preferring a few, because I have some that's easier than others. The easy mindless ones is the ones I can bring me when I'm watching something on television. But sometimes it's also just nice to have different materials to work with, so that how can I say that best? My fingers sometimes get tired of working in just one material. Some are less daunting than others. Also, I do have a few projects where I really need to follow a specific pattern, and that requires me to pay a bunch of attention. And then those projects are sometimes easier done at the table, um, where I just also have the rooms to have the yarns laying out and so on. So it all depends on the project, and I like having a few easy, mindless ones, um, but it's also nice to have a few more challenging ones where I need to pay more attention. And all depending on if I'm in a car or if I'm sitting behind the TV, or for that sake, if I do have the time to put my mind around it, then it's just nice to have a few. Um, and I'm trying to, as far as possible, also to have different crochet hook sizes for these projects, so that I don't need to move the hooks around or lose them for that matter. Not always possible, but it is going pretty okay. So that's another thing. Yeah. And yeah, actually, my mom-in-law, she was also being like, Stina, how can you keep crocheting that much? You must have made all the items that you want to do. And I'm like, well, I just like being creative. I like using my hands. And uh, it's nice for the mind. It's relaxing somehow. Most of the time, that is. and sometimes it's even challenging, but in a positive way. So it does give me some sort of zen to know that I can make something with my hands like this. And she was like, "Oh, but you should start sell your items and stand on markets and so on." And I'm like, "I'm not sure about the markets because I don't know if how many markets we actually do have here in the Netherlands. What I do know is that the time and effort we will put into our crochet, we will never get the hourly salary for. But I am definitely open for selling my makes because I can't keep them all. So that might be a thing that I will have to do also here now in the future, I will have more time to create, but maybe I should actually set up a web store. Um, so I have been looking into things and have been considering what options there are on doing that. So yes, that's definitely something I've been looking into. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We are almost to the end here of my first row of the 2 rows that I make on a morning live. So it goes pretty well today. It's not like you guys are very chatty either. And I think you're probably also getting pretty bored hearing about my work situation. But I can tell you, I am so happy that there is only like 6 weeks left. I'm kind of sad about not knowing what the future will bring in the sense of there is some uncertainty, right? There are some certainties, like I know that I'm free to find a new job. I know that if I do find a new job from like September 1st, I have a bunch of vacation I need to hold, so I won't actually be able to make it. But then I could pretty much stop working right now because I would have to do vacation and so on. But at the same time, I also know I just want a job that I enjoy doing. So I'm not going to take any job. Um, but I have definitely been looking at more job openings lately, the last few weeks, than I have for the few weeks before, seeing if that perfect job just should happen to be in between. And if not, I'll finish it up. And then we will have, or well, I am secured of 3 months of unemployment pay from the government. And if I don't have anything after that, then good luck to me. And well, I am sure I'll be fine. I am lucky enough to have a small company next to all of this. It has nothing to do with crochet. So I can manage to make some sort of small income. So I can consider to look into what is possible and just enjoy my time for a bit. Or I'll just end up taking a job to have at least an income for a bit. We will see. I'm not I'm not stressing about these choices. That's a good thing. Yeah, so that was the first row complete. We need to turn. And then there are 4 rows left, which equals another 2 morning lives. And then I will have to look into making arms. And what I'm probably going to do is once we get closer to there, I will be reading the pattern and I will be studying if I need to, like like chaining and so on to prepare for it. It's just easier not doing on a live because like I'd rather be prepared and see what I can do. We will have to see when we get there. So far, this concept of making a cup of roast in the morning works out pretty nice. But obviously, in the future, this might change. And the real question is, because I do know that these morning lives aren't the most popular. Well, they might be to some extent, but um, it's not where I have the most viewers. So the real question is, I might consider not making the morning lives and then just move them to the afternoon to catch more audience. Um, It also allows you to ask more questions real life, and I'll be happy to answer them. Yeah, but the short version is, I guess, that I do have some sort of idea of maybe seeing if I can turn some of it into a small business. I do have experience running businesses. I do have, I will have to talk to the Chamber of Commerce because I do have value add tax number and I do have few names running under it. So I need to check with them if they would want me to just add business stuff on that, or if I am to create a new for this division of work. Um, I know that um, that some of the other services I do, they are fine with it being mixed. So I will definitely have to contact them, but it's all stuff for out in the future. It's not something I'm going to bother with while I am still working for my current boss, especially because um, my expenses right now related to crochet are definitely higher than my income, trust me. And therefore, I can't actually run a business as such because they don't care. They will first care when you make profits. And I don't really make a profit. And if I do make a profit, it's at best maybe $100 a year because money just disappears into yarn so easily. And some of it I give away and so on. So I will need to be more um, mindful of how I do things. But yeah, so that's basically. I also have a few yarns that I want to probably throw in the Facebook Marketplace, because I don't think it's worth shipping internationally. So that's more for Dutch people. That for them it might be interesting enough to purchase because shipping fees within the Netherlands is just quite a bit cheaper. Like a parcel can cost me €50 to send to America, and the same parcel within the Netherlands is €7. So that is a price difference that's definitely worth to keep in mind. Yeah. So we are getting here. Another thing is, I have been considering, and I don't know if that's interesting for you guys, to get an extra camera and sort of angle it in a way where you can follow what my hands are doing. And then we will add like an extra screen to the stream somewhere, like either in the corner, up in the corner, or down in the corner, or something like that, where you then actually can see what they are doing, my hands. I don't know if that could be interesting. Though if we are gonna do that, I will definitely need an extra camera, but that's just a question for budgeting for it. But yeah, let me know if that could be an idea. If some people would like that. And again, it's a question I can re-ask when we get closer. But in other words, in about 6 to 7 weeks, I can make more streams, live streams on other times during the day. But I also, even better, I also have the opportunity to go do some visiting some stores and make a few videos on that, and see what they currently have or what colors they currently have, etc. There are definitely options, absolutely options. And I know some of you would really like to have a few more store visits on the channel. A part of me also once had the idea it would be awesome to go to Denmark and make some sort of agreement with one of the hobby stores and then record stuff there and post it on this channel. I'll have to ask them though, probably before doing it. Which seems fair. Very fair. So yeah, there are a few things to do. Also want to do some yarn reviews, definitely. All hail. There are so many things that would be awesome to do. And I actually enjoy sitting here crocheting with people. Would be awesome with a few more chatters, of course. But it is just nice to sit here and have the feeling that you are crafty together with a group of people at the same time. We are getting closer to an end though. So if you do have some questions you'd like to ask before the end, now it's definitely the time because this is the amount of time I have left. And then I will slowly need to prepare for work because I do still have work. Not for long, but I still have a bit. And this tea is still hot. Hot, hot, hot. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You just popped in as it was time. So I don't have much left here actually, but good morning. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful, that would be Tuesday evening for you or Tuesday night on Wednesday morning. Because it's like in the middle of the night or not in the middle of the night. It's like late or early night or late evening or whatever you would want to call it. I do recall you're in Texas, right? So that would make it like, what, 2 a.m.? I think. But happy to see you in here. Happy for the thumbprint. If you haven't done it yet, do please hit that like button. Of course, that does help me a little bit, even though it's just a bit. It's just a thought. It's good for the algorithms. YouTube likes to talk about algorithms. YouTube is telling me, please do this and please do that. But honestly, in the end, I'll just do what I enjoy. Ooh. So it is indeed 2 a.m. Had the notification. Working on a Tunisian shirt to be done ASAP. Sweet. Is it like an order or a gift or a tutorial you're working on, or what's the thought here? And I still want to do some Tunisian, but I've kind of postponed it until at least that it sounds wrong, until I'm without a job. But I just want to make sure that I have time to do it without being stressed about a bunch of things around me. So it might be like an October thing. It kind of depends on a few things. Maybe it's November. Also, I don't know. There's so many things I don't know yet. Reminds me, I do need to send an email because I do have a possible job lead, though yet no idea what it would entail. But we'll have to see. Yeah. But I do hope that you indeed will manage to get it done within your set deadline. If it's like me, it all kind of depends, but I tend to. Apparently, we had a focus issue there. Apparently, I tend to be overly optimistic about what I can reach to do. Okay, so Michael tells me here it's a Bago Day conversion on 19, I think it says 1996, but I'm not completely sure because it does act a bit funky here in my chat. And this one doesn't load. A 1986 magic shirt. She's giving permission to convert her entire library to Tunisian. It will be for tutorial as well. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, wow. But that's quite a task if you need to convert a whole set of tutorials into Tunisian, at least what's possible to convert to Tunisian. Oh, that's quite an honor, I would say. Definitely quite an honor. Yeah. A few basic tutorials, like just general stitch tutorials I want to do. And then do them both for righties and lefties. And then I have a bunch of yarn stuff I want to do. And I am tempted to order yarn. But I'm kind of holding off a few of those ideas until I know, because that's a part I was considering. Yeah, as you said, it will be a lifetime of content. Yeah. I have the feeling, Michael, you will not be bored ever. Like, as long as you enjoy Tunisian crocheting, right? Like, that is an internal life of work for sure. Did I? No, here I did. Well, I'm just fearing that I skipped a stitch somewhere. I think I might have. Fuck. Might have a stitch less now. I will have to count, but that is... No, I'm not sure if you want to listen to me counting here, but I do have some counting to do. I think I missed a stitch. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And that's, you know, a part of me sometimes like, why I don't knit. Well, I need to keep track of two needles, but I do know that I can knit. But do I really want to knit? Ish. I think I dropped a stitch or forgot a stitch. Two. I'm just gonna count for a minute. Just a moment. I need to count two. A lot. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 30, 2, 4, 6, 8, 40, 2, 4, 6, 8, 50, 2, 4, 6, 8, 60, 2, 4, 6, 8, 80, 2, 4, 6, 8, 90. No, that's wrong. I skipped something, didn't I? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It matches. I do have the, I don't, I don't know. Or am I making it longer? I will probably need to count when I'm not on the camera. It seems like I might have gotten them. And I ended up with the last row. So we have 2 rows left on the back side of this sweater. Hey Joe, nice to see you in here. Good morning, good morning. We just finished the back row here of this lovely piece. I have 4 rows to go. That is another 2 morning sessions here. Because in about 20 minutes, I will have to smile and say, hello, boss. Because that is when my work begins. My work day. For what's left of it. So that's nice. Got that handled. But wonderful to see you all here. Just working on the good stuff. Exactly. Just working on the good stuff. So I had this idea that I might want to shit out the money and get a Lion brand haul. But for me, that's entailing higher shipping fees because I am outside of the US. It's also entailing import fees because everything coming from outside of the European Union, we have to do value add taxes on because we already have value add taxes, but they will always add extra value add taxes to goods coming from the outside of EU. I will have to pay 21% of value add taxes plus decoration costs. Obviously, everything depends on prices and so on. But generally, ordering something from the US would cost me twice as much as it would cost for an American. The reason for wanting to do this is because I have a few yarns from yarn companies in Europe where I have a feeling that it is exactly the same as some of the yarns from line brands. So I think it would be an absolutely awesome comparison video. And then I'm like, if I have to order a few skeins of these to do those comparison videos, I could maybe just get me a few extra skeins for other stuff because obviously I have to pay the shipping regardless. Why not get a bit of extra? So that is my considerations right now. It's not sold locally over here, so I'll have to order it from lionbrand.com. Nope, no locals. I would have to do import. I don't know if I would be able to make some sort of dealer's agreement with them. What's my favorite yarn? I really like some of the hobby yarns, but generally, the twisters or plied cakes. I'm a sucker for cake yarn. I am currently working on a project, which I have over there, which is a shawl. But generally, all sorts of yarns I can turn into lovely shawls, cakes, cake yarns is I'm a sucker for that. Or anything that's really soft. I love soft yarns as well. Cotton yarns is nice. It kind of depends, of course, for the project itself. But I'm open for a bit of everything. But I like variegated yarns because it gives an automatic flow of colors, which is something I like. I generally tend to work with thinner yarns, so I rarely work with crochet hooks above 4.5, 5 millimeters. The project I've worked on today is a 4.5 millimeter, which is, for some reason, it says 7 on it, but this is a crochet hook I've been using. I have another project I've been working on with a 5 millimeter, if I can find that. And the 5 millimeter is a US size H. That's like we're getting up to the bigger hooks for me. I tend to work on smaller and thinner yarns. The line brand yarns I'm looking at, I should actually find site. I do have just a few minutes to talk about it before I have to really head off for work. A part of me really would like to try the True Brew, so that's like an added thing, but it's not something I can compare with any yarns I have over here. But what I like to do is the mandala yarns. They're mandala cakes because I have some ice cakes DK that are more or less the same. I know that Papatia also have a yarn which is similar to the mandala cakes. I also know that there is another like Valpien, which is a German yarn brand that's similar to these cakes as well. So it would be really awesome to get all those cakes together and make a real comparison. Are they really the same? I'm also looking at their strings. I think they are called mandala string, because again we are back to, I have some ice yarns and some Papatia yarns that seems to be the exact same yarn. And if they are the exact same yarn, obviously I will only find out by getting a few. So that is definitely something that I'm interested in doing. And then we have, of course, the True Brew, which I would like to just try out because it seems so gorgeous. Ferris wheels seems thicker than most of similar yarns here, so I'd like to look into those. And then the touch of alpaca seems really gorgeous as well. That's kind of the ideas I have playing in my mind right now. But what I want to do is that ideally I like to wait a bit because um, if I can, just a moment. Good morning, Amanda. Nice to see you. Um, because if I can wait a bit and I can get it sorted with Chamber of Commerce for other stuff, I can do it as a business, and that means that I can uh, withhold the value that taxes because I can deduct that from value that taxes I have to pay on sales, for example. And then there is some savings for me to do. So that would be nice actually. So I'll have to look into that. So I am probably gonna wait a few weeks on that, but it is really playing on my mind to get those. Let's see if I can catch up on the chat. Um, well, that's a good question, Michael. So the thing is, the wool warehouse from the UK, if they do carry it, the UK left the EU. They did the Brexit a couple of years ago, which means everything I buy from the UK, I also have to pay value added taxes from. So I might be able to deduct on the shipping, but is the actual savings, their prices would have to be similar to the real Lion Brand website to actually be a beneficial deduction. Like where I would be able to save then is probably just on the shipping. It's a quick thoughts. Um, yeah. Yeah, the mandalas are quite gorgeous. Amanda says Minnie dropped off at daycare. Woohoo! Big kid's still sleeping, so she's in relaxing silence. Oh, that's awesome. Enjoy the silence while it lasts. So Joe suggests to do a yarn swap with someone. Yeah, I'm definitely open for yarn swaps. If I have any nice, awesome yarns that you would like to get your hands on, I'm more than happy to do a yarn swap with some of them. Definitely. Um, absolutely. Hit me up. Email would be should be in my profile, but it is a buy.muhai@gmail.com, which I'm thinking on replacing or changing as well because I am looking into getting a domain, so that should be a bit easier onwards. Yeah, need to have stuff set up for that, and that's also a bunch of these things. I have more time to settle and sort once I don't have my 40 hours a week job. Oh, Michael, let me know. Let me know. Definitely. I'm open for ideas and suggestions, but I am definitely looking on options here. I also had a viewer that was somehow traveling by Schiphol, which is the airport in Amsterdam, and she was like, "Hey, if you want, I can bring some mandala string." But I'm like, "Yeah, the only downside is that I'm actually also away when you're arriving. I would have been more than happy to come and say hello, but um, I'm not home either, so I can't even drop by. And Amsterdam Airport is still 120 kilometers from here. Um, so for like a single cake, it would probably be cheaper almost to order a single cake, close to, not completely, but close to. Um, Of course, I have this little dream of going back to America one day on visits. I have plenty of people that would like to say hello to me, and then I could go shopping and ship something to myself, maybe. Thinking. Or basically just put it back into my suitcase. I just need to make sure I have more space in my suitcase there than on the way back. Ideas, definitely ideas. So we're actually slowly getting to a stage where I will have to say, I may have to say, uh, we have to close this one down because I have to start work in a few. It was absolutely wonderful to hang out with you guys. Love the ideas you have provided me. Um, if you have more ideas for me, feel free to hit me up. Always looking for options. Um, but there is definitely things also in the go here for plans and future stuff. And when and what, who knows? I'm not in a rush. Everything will be fine. I will be fine. And to revert back to the Pickwick question of the day, is that who would you like to give a hug? And honestly, obviously, I'd always want to give my family and loved ones a hug. Um, and I'd like to give all my viewers, so everyone that's here right now, but also those that's rewatching this live stream, one big hug from me. Thank you so much for hanging around with me. I hope you feel the love. I do feel the love for you guys hanging around with me. I'm very blessed to have you. Take care, everyone. Stay healthy as far as you're able to. Um, and happy crafting. I will see you on Friday in a new yarn talk video with some updates. At least as to where my yarn projects are. And yeah, we'll be back Monday also with a new Sort My Stash 2024, which is the last one. And that one actually contains all the American yarns that I currently own. So there's that. And then from there, we are into a Wednesday morning next week. If everything goes according to plan, I should be here Wednesday morning. And we should do another 2 rows, and then we will have just another 2 rows left. And then I will have to look into sleeves. Awesome. Um, Thank you for hanging around. I said that already once, but I'm saying it again because I can't express my gratitude enough that you hanged around with me. Yeah, take care and happy crafting until I see you again. Bye.